Hi folks, Tim here, and welcome back to Elmendorf Acres. Well, we do have a little maintenance to do on our Scag today, and it's something that I forgot to do earlier in the year. And I know I had said, hey, we did our work for the year. We have fully maintained our machines, we've done all our spring maintenance, so on and so forth. Well, I realized that after I got done doing all of that, we had actually forgotten to do the fuel filter on this mower. So we're going to do that quick, and I'm going to show you how to do a very, very simple fuel filter change. Now, I always have a bucket of used motor oil laying around. We do a lot of our own work, so we have that. And what I've done is I've actually turned the gas off to this fuel filter already. But if you've never seen these are pretty cool. So you can take your line, clamp it like that. Really simple. And if you don't have a shutoff, you can do it that way. So this side, we're going to just slide this backwards. And then what I like to do is I like to grab the rubber hose here and just twist it just a little tiny bit. Because when it's been sitting there for so long, it just needs a little help breaking free. So you just do that, and then I take it and I just slide it this way. Just pry off the fuel filter that you already have. You're not going to hurt it because this fuel filter is going to be done anyway. It's going to go in trash. And do that. And then I just let it drain a little bit. That side's been clamped off already. But we're just letting that drain out a little bit like that. And it's just whatever fuel's in that hose, in that little bit of filter. So these filters are cheap compared to replacing parts on your engine. They are a little bit sometimes painful to replace the filter, but you could do it with a needle nose or you could do it with a regular plier, whatever works better for you. And in this case, I'm going to reach up here and grab my pliers because the pliers will allow me to grab both parts of this clip, take it, slide it up. I'll do the same thing. I'll take it and I'll just spin it a little bit and that frees it up. Switch back to my needle nose, pry off the filter just like that. Just slides right off. You can wear gloves for this part too. I don't really have too much gas in there, and then I'll just dump this in. Like I said, this is a used motor oil bucket, so a little bit of gas going in there is fine. And these filters have an arrow on them, right? So our fuel goes from these tanks up to the engine. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention when you put them back on. So we'll just leave that there so it drains. And I'm actually going to pull my bucket out of the way at this point. We drained that little bit of oil, excuse me, that little bit of gas into it. And we have really stopped plugging up fuel filters ever since we pulled these machines up to the actual gas pump. So by transitioning from filling out of 5-gallon cans all the time to actually pulling these machines up to the gas pump has made our fueling process not only much more efficient, but much cleaner. Of course, we still use 5-gallon cans, but that's helped us a lot. So like I was saying, these have an arrow on them. Our fuel flows this way. So we want to make sure that we put it on properly. In and just slide it in like that. We will take our pliers, slide that down. Very simple. Now I've got a bunch of these clips laying around because they do occasionally break or go bad, anything like that. This then slides on the same way. Again, clip comes down, locks right in. You want to make sure it's on the hose all the way, which is right there. Take your special gas line pliers off, and there you have it, just that easy. And then you want to turn your fuel back on. So let me look at what tank we're pulling out of here. Looks like we are pulling out of the left-hand tank today. And that'll refill itself. So again, fuel filters, something important to keep clean. They're a really good idea. Something that everybody should be doing. All right, so I've been able to cut this fuel filter open. And I want to show you, this is the one that just came off this Scag. And the whole reason behind cutting it open is I just want to kind of show you what's inside. Now I crumpled it a little bit getting it cut open, but it has a paper filter inside. So it's a lot like your oil filter, right? And this is why it's important to go one way. The dirty fuel comes in this way, and it comes through and it pushes through, and this is your paper filter. And you can actually see it's not supposed to be that dirty, so it did its job. It pulled particulates out of the fuel. I want to set this down, and I also want to show you the cup here a little bit. Now I'm hoping you can see this. Let me actually try to pull this off a little bit more here. There we go. All right. So this is where your fuel comes in. It comes in this side. But if you look down in there, you can see, because this usually sits like this, you can see some of what got filtered out by this fuel filter. So it did work. It does make a difference. That stuff would have ended up inside and just made a mess. So a worthy investment. These are probably $10 a piece, somewhere in that range, and we replace them every year. So just wanted to show you how simple it is. It takes, what did it take us? 5 minutes, and I explained it the whole time. So a worthy investment, something worthwhile doing. Make sure you keep your fuel filters changed. Our air filters, we check probably about every 50 hours. Depends on how dusty. Last year we got really dusty. So we were almost at the end of every day, just opening it up, blowing stuff out, making sure that things were clean. Like I said, we got really dusty for a while last year. This time of year, I'll let my air filters go for 100 hours before I touch them. So when you are maintaining your own machinery, please be mindful of the conditions that you're mowing in. It's something that's really, really important. So that's all for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and please share.